What's up, guys? It's Carl, a Damage Hitter. Thanks for coming by. Today we're talking about two things that'll help us reach our potential as a hitter. So, because you're here, do me a favor. Before we get started any farther, subscribe and hit the bell. Make sure you know when our next videos are uploaded. We're uploading every Monday and Friday right now. Today is Mentality Monday. Come on, let's do it. Hey, I'm glad you're here, guys. We talk a lot about hitting around here, and we really believe that the things you need to do to hit, you have within you. And so we're going to talk about the two things that you need to incorporate into your hitting in order to reach your potential. The first thing is something that every mom, dad, coach, parent, college professor, every person in this world can tell you. The number one thing we got to do as a hitter is we have to estimate the amount of work and time that it takes to be a good hitter properly. Every person, the majority of people in the world, underestimate what it will take to be successful. All right? There's two things that we have to really focus on: how much time and how much work that we're going to put into. So rather than you underestimate, just go with our thoughts on this deal and put a lot of time, effort, and energy into being the best you can be as a hitter. You having the best energy you can have will help you take the information you get and work through it to find out what you need. People are giving out information about hitting all over the place. There's tons of information about what kind of hitter you should be. Are you rotational? Are you linear? Should you swing up? Should you swing down? Is it about your exit velo? Is it about your launch angle? There's so much information out there, guys, and I want you to use all the information you can to your best. If you underestimate how much time and energy it takes, then you'll never be able to get through all the information and you'll never be able to reach your potential. Most people are doing is they're waiting for somebody like me to give you a secret. And I'll tell you the secret. I'll tell you right now. The secret is go out there and work really hard every day at figuring out what works out best for you, and then use it. And then do the same thing tomorrow. And do the same thing the day after that. And do the same thing the day after that. And just don't stop. And if you do that, guys, you will reach your potential, and you will be able to tell people, oh, I know that doesn't work for me because I've already tried it. I know this doesn't work for me because I've already tried it. Oh, I like what you're doing here, and I'm going to show you how I use that with what I'm doing. And it's called having a conversation. But the number one thing you can do is estimate the fact that it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your potential as a hitter and start working on it every day. Give yourself 10 minutes a day to start. Then give yourself 15 minutes a day. Work up to 30 minutes a day. Work up to an hour a day, and then be consistent. And I tell people every day, because I mean every day. I mean your birthday. I mean Christmas. I mean your mother's birthday. I mean every day. And then when something happens and you get sick, you have the flu and you can't hit, you have no problem saying, hey, listen, I swung for 180 days straight and I had to take a week off because I had the flu. I didn't lose anything, right? Rather than the guy who's supposed to swing for 2 days a week and he doesn't swing for a month and then he gets sick. Now it's 5 weeks and then he's out of shape and then it's 6 weeks. And the next thing you know, you can find reasons not to swing every day for 6 months, just like you can find reasons to swing for 6 months. So the first thing you got to do is estimate the amount of time it takes and the amount of energy it takes to swing the bat. Number two, guys, and I hit on this in 5 things you can do to reach your potential, power potential. And I'll have that video link right here. But I hit on this already, and I'm going to hit on it again. You have to understand intent, all right? Intent as a hitter means I'm delivering every swing with my maximum capabilities. Understanding intent means I'm standing at the plate, and I'm there to do damage. And people always want to talk about doing damage. We're damage hitter. You know I like talking about doing damage, but that starts right here. You're going up there and you're putting yourself in a situation where you're trying to turn and swing through balls and drive them with everything within your body. In order to be a hitter who's intentional, you have to have two things. Number one, you have to have a strong mind. You have to be a person who puts his mind into everything that he does with the desire to accomplish the goals that have to be accomplished. And if you're doing that, you're concentrating, you're working on your timing, you're always paying attention to what pitches the pitchers throw, you're using your time in the dugout wisely so when you get to the plate, you're prepared. If you've locked into the game mentally and you're intentional with your thought process, when you get to the plate, being intentional is really easy. And let me tell you what being intentional is at the plate. It's being athletic. If you're athletic at the plate and you're mentally locked in with intention, the sky's the limit for you. The sky's the limit. So let me make sure you understand what athletic at the plate means. Athletic at the plate means you're in a position like you're guarding somebody in basketball. You got some width to your feet, your knees are bent, your hips are down, you got hinge in your hip, your hands are out here near your shoulder, and you're locked in, and you're in a situation where if somebody was to have a basketball in front of you and getting ready to shake you, you'd be able to get down and guard them and go at them as fast as you possibly could and deny them from doing what they wanted to do. You see, a hitter has to cover 17 inches of the plate. They say it's the hardest thing to do in all of sports. And the pitcher has to throw it over there, and he's trying to throw it over there hard. Like if you ever stood next to a guy who throws 95 to 100, when their arm comes around and they're trying to throw it, it feels like if that arm popped off and hit you in the head, it might knock you out or kill you. They're not trying to throw cotton balls over the plate. They're trying to throw missiles, BBs over the plate. So we're trying to hit missiles, bombs. We're trying to hit line drives. We're trying to explode on some people. And in order to do that, we have to be in our most athletic position. What's missing, this number 2 deal in the athleticism, intent and athleticism, is all about us playing little league games where it's okay to stand there with stiff legs and our bat on our shoulder and trying to be relaxed so we can get a pretty good little soft swing off. And if you watch baseball on TV, that's not what it looks like. There's some guys that look pretty relaxed, but then their leg comes up and then they're trying to turn wood through that zone, man. They're bringing thunder through there. They're getting after it. They're like using every ounce of their body to deliver the bat. And the reason that you have to be intentional and the reason you have to estimate the amount of time it takes in order to reach your potential is because to use your body at its fastest, most explosive, and most accurate way it can be used, you have to practice non-stop. It doesn't just come to you. It's going to take work. So, guys, use these 2 things to the best of your ability. The 2 things you're going to need to know in order to reach your potential as a hitter, to get the most out of your abilities, is going to take you as far as, number 1, estimate the amount of time and energy it takes to reach your goal. And number 2, be intentional with your athleticism. When in doubt, hit it out. What the?